Today I'm going to be making chicken soup for dinner tonight. At my supermarket they have these broken down rotisserie chickens from the day before that they sell very cheap, under $1. So these were frozen. I'm just throwing them right into the pot. Take a couple onions, halve them, throw them into the pot. Skins and all. The other day I cut it up some celery, so here's my celery scraps. Just throw it in. Fill up your pot with water. So after you cover everything with water, throw your lid on. Turn your burner on high until it starts simmering. Oh, I don't know, I usually do about 1.5 hours. And the meat starts separating from the bone. So before that gets to a boiling, I'm just going to throw in 2 carrots. Just a little extra more flavoring. I don't have a spoon. We'll use a knife. Why not, right? It'll work. So the soup is starting to come up to a boil. Not quite there, but almost. So we're just going to give this a quick stir. See, my stock is really starting to get nice and colorful. I didn't add any salt or pepper to this yet. I will do that after I debone my chicken. So right now we're going to turn this down to low and just let that cook for about a good 1.5 hours. So while my soup is simmering, I'm going to take the time to prep my other vegetables by peeling. I have 5 carrots here. I'm using 5 because I got 2 baby ones here that are rather skimpy. See how small those are. And with any chicken soup, you can put any vegetables you want that you like. I usually put carrots, green beans, corn, sometimes a pepper, but not always. Today I'm not. Onion. Did I say onion? You don't have to be fancy with your slices. Carrots. I add green beans. These are green beans that I've canned at the beginning of fall. They're organic. So pop the lid. Don't those look good? Nice and organic. I'm going to drain off the juice. Okay, so those are all drained. And what I'm going to do, first one, because they're good out of the can, just going to give them a rough chop. It's nice little bite-sized pieces. Throw those in with the carrots. So I have corn in the refrigerator. Just to make my life easy, I'm going to pop this in the microwave for 3 minutes just to peel it nice and easy. We all know that steaming corn, easier to husk. So the corn was in the microwave for 3 minutes. I'm going to let that rest for about 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. Okay, the corn's been resting, so what you want to do is look for the edge of your corn. Slice it off, throw it in your bucket, and just start squeezing the tip of your corn. And your corn's just going to release, silk and all. And there's your corn. Ow, hot. Now what you can do, take your knife, slice your corn off into your vegetable bowl. So prep my onion while I'm waiting. If you like big chunks of onion, put big chunks of onion. If you like diced onion, put diced onion. Chicken soup, you don't have to be so precise. Watch your fingers. Remember, I am by no means a chef. Never went to school for chef. I do things my way. I still have all 10 fingers. Vegetable bowl is all prepped. Now we'll go in the refrigerator. Okay, so my soup's been simmering now for about a little over half an hour or so. We're just going to give it a quick stir. See how it's doing. Smells good, looks good. Meat's starting to release from the bone, so it might not even take the whole hour and a half. We'll see. I might just let it simmer anyway, just to get all that good bone marrow out of the bones. Everything mingle and simmer together. Okay, so the soup's been simmering for an hour and a half. I let the soup cool down a little bit, turned off the burner. It's still rather hot. Chicken is starting to release from the bone. So what you want to do now is set yourself up a strainer and another bowl, and you're going to strain the soup into the bowl. Be careful. Pour away from you. Take your strainer. Let it all drain. And that is your chicken stock that is in the bowl. That's going to go back into your pot. After it's all strained, I usually put it on a plate to cool down. Your chicken stock. It's going to sit there in the stew pot until I'm getting ready to add everything. Now for the fun, not so fun part. What you're going to do, you have one trash bowl, one meat bowl. You want to put up all your spent vegetables into your trash. Take your chicken out very carefully because it's freaking hot. Ow. Place your chicken aside to let it cool down. These are chicken legs, and I think thighs too. I normally make my chicken soup using the leftover chicken carcass after I make a whole chicken for dinner. The next day, that's when I'll usually make another soup. And I use up the rest of the meat that is on the chicken carcass. Between the legs and the thighs, the wing, whatever's left on the body. Everything is still hot. I'm a very impatient person, so I usually don't wait until things cool down. What you want to do is make sure, though, you're getting all your meat from the chicken parts that you are using. Dog is over there to my left. If you hear her licking her lips, make sure you get all of your bones. The worst thing you want to do is bite into a bone as you're eating soup and have somebody choke on it too. Using the chicken legs and thighs is easier than using the whole chicken carcass because you can really find the bones easily versus the chicken spine. You have all the little bones that can get broken up that way. Or what you can do, instead of just using the chicken bones, you can just use boneless chicken breast and do the same process. What you're going to do, grab the coolest piece of chicken, scrap bowl, then you got a meat bowl. Take the skin off the chicken, take your meat, thigh bone, leg bone. Make sure you get all your meat. No skin, no joints. Make sure you get your joints. A little spiny bone that's in the leg. That's spear bone, we'll call it. That's it. And the leg, you got this vein, always get rid of that. The knee joint, make sure you get your knee joint. There's a little piece of meat on that. Take that off. Got some more carcass here. Pull that off. Every piece of meat you want. Don't let none of it go to waste. Make sure you get all the bones too, though. That's gross. That's all bone and cartilage. Just make sure and check. Debone. Little fatty tissues, veins. Still very hot. Skin. Okay, so this has been simmering now for 30 minutes. After I threw my chicken in, back in the pot, I added the vegetables, that bowl of vegetables back in here. I added 2 teaspoons of salt and a teaspoon of pepper. So now I'm going to taste it. Nice and peppery. I think there's enough salt. I think I'm going to add a half teaspoon of salt. You can always add more salt, but once you over salt it, it's very hard to regulate it. You can add more water or chicken stock if you have it on hand in your cupboard. Just those 2 little sips of the broth is already clearing up my nose with that pepper. Like I said, I like a nice peppery soup. Especially when you have a cold, you want something that's going to clear your head right up. This will do it. Season it the way you like it to taste. That tastes just about right. I'm not going to add any more salt to it. No more pepper. I'm not going to add any pasta right now because it's only 12:30 in the afternoon and family's not going to be home for another probably 3-4 hours anyway, and I just don't want all that pasta to soak up that liquid. So we're just gonna let this simmer, and this is your chicken soup. Like I said, you don't have to add the pasta. You can eat this right now as it is. The carrots are done, the soup is done, but I want pasta or rice in it, and this is how I make chicken soup. Give it a try. Thanks.